do, yes. It's very cozy and very, I like informal atmospheres, and this is about as informal as you can get. I think there's a lot of kind of singer-songwriters who are turning out good stuff. I'm a bit sorry that traditional song has not really followed particularly, I mean, like dance music, like jigs and reels are played by more brilliant young musicians than ever before in the whole history of Irish music. But there hasn't been the same follow-up with folk songs, which I think is a bit of a shame. In the past, if I might say so, Portlaoise was a bit of a cultural desert, and I think it's great that it's being kind of hauled out of that now.
Jones is dead and gone, she could no longer stay. No one knew how old she was, but she was often heard to say how she was born in 1830 in the Swede County Cork. But she crossed the foaming billows till she landed in New York. Mother Jones, the miner's angel, must be treated with respect. She's an old-fashioned lady, and you never would suspect that this gown and this bonnet would fill a rich man full of dread. She's the most dangerous woman in America, they said. I see her marching up the street with her umbrella in her hand. I can hear her still at Ludlow, where the miners made a stand. And she says, John D, will you kindly tell to me, how could you let your troopers lay them 13 children down in the horrors of West Virginia and in Colorado too? Mother Jones and her miners, they never could subdue, and the men they fought and died in their tents and shanty towns, and the women stood like a wall of steel and nothing could batter down. Mother Jones, the miner's angel, must be treated with respect. She's an old-fashioned lady, and you never would suspect that this gown and this bonnet would fill the rich man full of dread. She's the most dangerous woman in America, they said. And it's now for the horrors of child labour, says she. And the march of the mill children took place in 1903 from Philadelphia to New York. And she says, I'm going to show Wall Street the flesh and blood they squeezed to make their dough. When she died in 1930, oh, the sadness was profound. And they laid her to rest in a Union burial ground. And she lies in Mount Dollar, where the midnight wind it moans. Stand up for the Union, cries the spirit of Mother Jones. And the rich man and his police and his pulpit and his press got away with murder, then they get away with it yet. But we'll forge a mighty union, and we won't be overthrown. And we never will forget the spirit of Mother Jones.
I went to visit a friend of mine in Oslo called Lille Bjørn Nielsen, singer-songwriter, very famous in Norway, and I'm sure he's very good. I don't speak Norwegian, so I couldn't say how good his songs were, but he's a great man, and he's a great drinking companion, too great a drinking companion. And this is a song about the week we had there. And I couldn't really remember anything about it when I got home. And I wanted to write a song, so I kind of made up a lot of it.
I drove to Oslo on a winter's day. The snow was falling from the grey sky. I got lost and could not find my way. I pulled into a handy lay-by. Then taking out my brand new mobile phone, I telephoned my old friend Lille Bjørn. I'll tell you what, we drank a lot until it came my time to leave off. We had a party in Lille Bjørn's. The akvavit was to my liking. Smoked meat and cracker bread. They said it came down from the Vikings. And Steiner played Hardanger fiddle tunes. And Oystein played and sang, and very soon I was in good cheer, and I greatly fear when my turn came I was not able. When I awoke next afternoon, my head was pounding, senses reeling. I got up and staggered round the room. What were those creatures on the ceiling? And when I had my trousers halfway on, a dreadful thought came in my head. Oh, hang on a jip, I can't remember if I'm getting up or going to bed. Well, in the Dubliner we played a gig, though we were all a bit hungover. A man got up and tried to dance a jig. It looked more like a bossa nova. I had some beers and I began to flirt, and very soon I was on blonde alert. You're too late, you know, 30 years or so. She laughed and went home to her mammy. Down in the kitchen we were feeling fine, spirits high and oh so cheery. The entertainment was provided by Lille Bjørn's young daughter Siri. At drawing pictures she is very smart. She drew some clouds and said they're angel farts. We were impressed by her inventiveness. It was a masterpiece quite clearly. I drove through Sweden in a snowstorm. What were those angels getting up to? From Gothenburg to Frederikshavn, I stood on deck and had a nice view. I drove through Derja, drove through Denmark into Germany, and went to see my old friend Gabi. Then the long road, oh heavy road, until I came to Dublin city. So Lille Bjørn, we'll meet again. We'll have some beers and then some more. We'll play Winterbro, we'll play The Dream, and we'll play Yenta from Chicago. And if I go there on a winter trip, I'll make quite sure I get my heater fixed. I'll bring winter tires and a snow plow, and double glazing from my window.